How about my dearest YouTube friends? Today we are in a new video, a new week begins, so we have quite a few important new news around the Battle of Superiors. Okay, so let's start first because we haven't talked anything about Summoner Fest. Let's remember that it's starting in 2 weeks. And what about Kaban? Well, he already set October 20 as, so to speak, the schedule that we are going to have for those 2 days. The question is valid here, and why I bring this news is because normally Kaban at the end of the month does not usually bring a broadcast by Kaban to find out what the new characters and new developments are. Well, friends, surely there is still no confirmation from Kaban, but here, well, yes, there is confirmation from Kabang that in reality there will not be a stream as such that year this month. Is it okay to give us the news of November but they are going to be doing it in this Summoner Fest? Okay, why are you saying that? Because why are you saying it better? Well, because look, we have news from Kaban that the Twitch drops will be waiting on November 89, 8 and 9 at the Summoner Fest light stream. Therefore, friends, we can say goodbye to the news only by broadcasting the news because we are going to have it at Summoner Fest. Okay, see you on the schedule, friends, and we are watching. Example that the Battle Royale has for the semifinals. Then, at the end, we will have 45 minutes of Marvel Evolving. Then in Site 8, in Site Events, in Floor 8, we have the Champion Design. So basically, there is no way to talk about the new characters. We have the Writer Rooms. And we also have with those developed later also in the Flower 7 because I saw the boss battle real all PC station content creator corner or the corner that Advan Kitchen. So friends, I believe that in these 2 days they will be telling us the news for next month. Okay, among them friends, and this is the next news. Once again, we have a Lagarto preview. You see that he uploaded a short because Kavan uploaded the video that Lagarto was introducing himself as a new character in November because we have another image with the Lagarto here. So it looks very good and it was finally the exact time or the exact day or rather that they are going to bring us this character because Friends was highly desired. I think he is one of the last 6 Siniestros we have left. Kaban, bring us to the games. So thank goodness we already have it here. The 6 Siniestros are now going to be complete with the addition of the Lizard to the games. What news do we have more, friends? Well, in this case, we have an error, so to speak, from Kaban. Okay, but this case is at least a visual bug. In other words, it is not something that has caused us to lose any points or has caused us any damage. Okay, in this case, well, on Reddit a user, well, it applies that if someone has been playing since 1969. Okay, well, you are already seeing that a certain KFan88, well, he has risen to rank 5 to his 4 stars in the Surfer to his rank 2 Sunspot 2,385 days ago. Friends, 1969. But hey, why do you swallow your news? Apart from being a fun bug of age, is because of the comments. For example, the culprit was one morning on December 11th. It was already especially slow and none of my interventions landed. The gentleman fell, but if I remember correctly, the conversation was quite good. I started playing when I returned home after World War II. That heavy, huh? Yeah, the old days. At that time, we played in one PC, huge and monochromatic, and the characters were pixel puppets. I remember being so happy I got my first 0-1-star Captain America. Brutality in the comments. Okay, but hey, it doesn't stop being funny in the end that you can be playing Marvel since 1969. I'd be crazy all those years playing this game. Then friends, we also have another audience. We have already put aside this funny bug. Now we are going for a real bug and we are talking about the problem with the head of Right Long Matrix. Let us remember that he is currently the head of Nightmare Root, which by the way, when I am recording this video, Kavan has already sent compensation for these problems with 7 Radiant Root Resurrectors. Okay, so what's going on? That this character with the Avant-Garde is having a series of problems since... From what this character, this user of the page says, I think that Kava has not thought this through in advance. The vanguards who use punishment characters, that is basically to be able to punish him since he is the best of the special ones, cannot obtain charges in the fight since, well, LUMATRIX cannot be punished. Let's remember that the LUMATRIX is Once it throws the super attacks, it returns in failure mode. Therefore, it needs improved surveillance to be able to punish super attacks and blows of this LUMATRIX. So it gives me that this root of this boss of this design has problems, so to speak. So if anyone is on more station, this is silly and not well thought out. Okay, I don't know if we have a response from Kaban. Well, I avoid leaving the LUMATRIX and I should be active now. So friends, what you have done is, apart from sending the understanding of those 7 resurrectors, basically they have been removing that from the LUMATRIX kit of Alliance root. Okay, so in this case, well, you've tried it and looked better. Now we can at least punish his specials for having the necessary charges, for having a surveillance benefit very well in this case. Oops, I don't know why I gave Al here. Let's give him a like. So in this case, the surveillance benefit can already be gained, and the benefit that you have from the failure is the UL matrix. Okay, so well, in this case at least Kavan, because he acted quickly. Okay, with this well pug by the Kavan again, with the new alliance raids, because let's remember that they are the new bosses. So in this case, we already know that we have so much compensation on the one hand with those 7 resurrectors, and that they have fixed the issue of punishing him to be able to win. Surveillance is okay, and right now we are going to touch on a rather scabby topic. Okay, you're going to be seeing it right now in the games, and because I haven't talked about it. Okay, we are talking about the topic of the AFKO. Okay, you are already seeing it on screen, which is basically a totally random event. The truth? Because I don't know. Because since Kavan has brought it this way, this is valid, and that basically what he wants to tell us is that they have made a pre-selection of these characters that you are seeing on screen. That basically what they do is like a kind of ballot, because these characters are all going to face each other 1 against 1 with the IA of the machine without any interaction from any player, and they are going to see who is the best character and who is the one who is going to win. Okay, in this case, I'm showing you this for the games, since, well, you can be betting 100 runes, folks. That's why I bring this news. You can be betting according to your character who you believe is going to win, and at the Suponer Fest itself on November 8 and 9, because there we will see who wins. Okay, because there will be a round in Linares, some semifinals, and a final. Okay, folks, that sounds totally gross to me. Why was he saying that? Because friends are 100 runes, so to speak. Go for your winner. 100 runes, friends. Let's remember that we are soon at the Cyber Weekend event and soon also at the Banquet event. 100 runes is a lot of runes to be able to bet on a character. Look at the runes I have, and I'm not gonna bet on any of this, okay? I have read a lot on the forums. I have read a lot of discontent. Oh, well, and above all, also, part of the discontent is that the awards are absolutely disgusting. 100 runes, and if your character wins randomly, because in the end, in the eye, whoever is going to face them wins a profile note, an exclusive title. Wow. Wow, Kavan, I don't even want a profile title. I mean, sorry, I don't want a profile picture or an exclusive title. It's just that it peels me off. I want it in my 100 runes so I can continue to get content. In my case, the runes do not go for the content, they go for the events, but 100 runes for someone who has just started in the game, or whether they stop or not break the throne, even if they are Paragon or not worth it, those 100 runes mean 2 resurrectors of 40% of 20%. Sorry, yes, of the 40% that can serve you maybe in the struggle of Kant Superior, that the struggle of the Glican, and those friends serves you. I don't pass the truth there. I have read now that I am coming back. I have read a lot of forums and so on and so on. You're going to see each other on screen right now. There is one person who explains the discontent in an exceptional way. Okay, are you guys watching it right now? In this case, he also talks about the Summoner Fest. But now what interests me is that the AFKO Veil, although it seems like a light idea, it would have already been fun, because if friends, in the end, it is still betting on a horse of races. It is worth seeing many players gathered to see how these auto fights develop. It's okay with a horse race, which, by the way, I hope that these 1 against 1 auto fights against the machine will put them in the game. Okay, if we, the characters, do it, because the truth is they get into it, I have quite nice content designed for it. So we have to wait to see if these autopitas really put them in. That is, I against I veil turned you into. Here is another reason for the next players who end up are disconnecting from the player and customer base. Okay, it could have been a very easy win for Akaban, but that took a player one from the forum. It is worth an idea to form. It makes the event 10 fun and attractive, changing 100 units for 100 gold or 1000 or 10,000 gold, much easier for the entire. A unit that is more affordable to be able to try to go for the winner. For me, it would have been optimal. Okay, for gold lesson, put 1000, put 1000. I don't care by character, but friend units, the so to speak, the most important currency par excellence that the game has. I honestly don't know what you're thinking. Kavan, okay, I would think a lot about lowering those costs towards and changing them directly for gold because it seems that it is being a total failure. I believe in my group. By the way, you have in the description that I don't know anyone who has done this. It's okay that I bought this, but hey, we'll see what it turns out to be. And if Kavan, well, backtracked a little and put us back, well, change those units for gold, and it is for gold. For example, I wouldn't mind buying them all. Okay, I have a lot of gold. Okay, but I don't know. Okay, and finally we're going to the latest news. Since friends, you see the new email that it has been arriving and that has reached many people, and it is like kind of free content that Kaban has been sending you. It's like this email. Okay, this is the email that I have linked, well, to my own games, okay, and also the accounts and so on. So you are already seeing that they send us an image with some pretty strong gifts, such as that 6th grade alpha, that Christian Titan of the Nexus, those who made this alliance, that 7th relic, that gold, and you're already saying what they're saying. Claim your gifts. Your gifts this time is already calling you. Come back now and claim your free gift that includes a Titan Nexus crystal. Basic Prospector 30 Singular 25 150 500. But friends, I have to tell you that it looks very nice, but no, this is not a gift from Kaban. It is basically the compensation that we have already received previously. Therefore, Kaban had this failure again to excite us and give us, well, how to claim this gift to your account that you have linked to it. So nothing, friends, because with this we have finished what has been the news of this day, of this week, and tomorrow, because we have new content to upload. If you like the video, and I remind you that there is an active giveaway, I remind you that you have had the video on the channel since last Friday, I recommend you go watch it because it is a weekly giveaway, so skip to the video to see how to participate first. Friends, you have always liked the video where you are, and see you in other videos. Bye-bye, and before finishing the video, thank you very much to all of you who are channel members this October 2025. Many thanks to the VIP Soris of JP Elias Ramirez and Oscar Salmeron, and to Ocar Roldan for being an authentic Sori. If you want to become a member, you have it in the description of all videos. Bye-bye.